It is that time again. It is time for the cruise news, and I got some cruise stories for you today. And I got one story, not quite cruise related, but I think it's important, and we're going to get into it right after this. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. Alright, our first story, not quite a cruise story, but it could end up being cruise related. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention over the weekend to what is going on with American Airlines. They are on day 4 of flight cancellations, and these cancellations are starting to number in the thousands. A lot of them are out of Dallas-Fort Worth. Seems to be where their biggest focal point of cancellations is. And you may be asking yourself, well, why is he talking about airlines? That has nothing to do with cruising. Well, it could if you were on one of those flights, or one of those flights is supposed to be taking you to your cruise port so you can get on your cruise ship. So definitely keep an eye out. If you are flying here in, any time in the next couple of days, particularly on American Airlines, or for any airlines for that matter, keep an eye on your flights. That way you don't risk missing your cruise over the airlines. This is one of those cases where the pro cruising tip of always arrive to your cruise port a day early can really help you out. Any flight delays, flight cancellations, if you plan on arriving a day early, at least you have the opportunity to get on a different airlines, catch a different flight, and not miss your cruise. I mean, honestly, flying these days is kind of sketchy as it is. There are an awful lot of stories out there of people hopping out of their seat and apparently punching flight attendants because they don't like the masking policy or the rules or whatever the case may be. And then the flight is delayed or it's stuck at the airport and everybody's got to get off the plane. All kinds of things right now that can just delay us getting to our cruise ports. So give yourself a little bit of extra time and keep an eye on your flights. That way you don't miss your cruise over someone else's shenanigans. Today, the Carnival Valor has resumed sailing, another cruise ship back in service. She has begun sailing out of New Orleans. And Royal Caribbean's Anthem of the Seas, she's been over sailing in the UK. Well, she's on her way back to the United States. She's headed for Cape Liberty in New Jersey, where she's going to resume sailing here from the United States on November the 8th. So that'll be the second Royal Caribbean ship in New Jersey. And finally, over on Royal Caribbean's website and the Royal Caribbean app, you may know or you may not know because it's not available on every single Royal Caribbean ship yet, but you have had the ability to upload a copy of your vaccination card to Royal Caribbean to have it approved ahead of time. This process makes embarkation go faster. They don't have to make copies of it or anything at the cruise port because you already have it uploaded. Well, due to a new process over at Royal Caribbean, you can still upload it. More ships are still going to be added with the ability to upload it. But when you do, you're not going to get instant verification. It can take 24 to 48 hours because Royal Caribbean is manually checking every single person's vaccination card once you upload it. And they are doing this just to check and make sure each and every vaccination card is valid. They have not said if a couple of fake cards have slid through or if they think possibly a couple have slid through, but they are increasing the scrutiny of the vaccination cards. So when you upload it, you may see it pending there for a couple of days before you get the verification on it or the approval on it. No need to worry, they're just manually checking it. Now, like I said, this does speed up the embarkation process. So if you have the option to do it, I highly recommend that you do. But don't forget, you still must bring your vaccination card with you to the cruise port. They're still going to want to see it. They just don't have to make copies of it and check it if you already have it uploaded. And that is our cruise news for today. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor. Let's give it a thumbs up. Have yourself a great day, and we will see you out on the high seas.